All right, how you doing? It's the Tilley and Billy Show. This is episode 9. Gets better every week, gets more exciting every week. Today we got lots to talk about, and we're coming to you live from the Corner Bank Sports Bar and Grill. Corner Bank, Warden Avenue in Scarborough, just north of Eglinton. 14,000 square feet of fun, pro standard playing equipment, great food. Book your party today at 416-757-2265 or go to thecornerbank.ca. This place is always rocking, so come on down to the Corner Bank right now, and you can catch us live here on YouTube. And of course, the first order of business.
Hold on. Who are you? Who are you? Tell the audience who you are.
I'm Joe the Swiss Tilley.
I'm Billy the Greek.
Okay, there you go. Thanks, Billy, for that. Yeah, I'm Joe the Swiss Tilley. Some of you may know me. I've been doing this for, I don't know, about 150 years. Anyway, big news out of the weekend is the Super Bowl. What the hell happened in Atlanta? Todd Gurley, what's wrong with Todd Gurley? I mean, they've got this star running back, Todd Gurley, who they don't use. Obviously, something was wrong with this guy. I'm sure we'll find out more about that. But basically, a super dud. A Saints-Chiefs Super Bowl would have been 100 times better than this game. Billy, I was not impressed.
No, I started out the evening with anticipation. From anticipation, it went to a little bit of confusion, and from confusion, it went to a little resentment, and then finally, it ended up as complete apathy. By the middle of the fourth quarter, again, a Greek had no dog in the race other than the fact that I opened up my big mouth again and said the Rams would score 38. Kind of hard to score 38 when you can't get 38 yards passing in a half.
Yeah.
From where I sit, it was the NFL plays how many? 30 teams. They play 16 games a year. That's 240 games a year. This looked more like week 3 of the preseason. This could have been the worst championship game in any sport in the 30 years that I've been following.
It was pretty bad. I mean, the only saving grace in this game at all was probably the fact that in the fourth quarter of the game, it was close. There was some drama. At that point, you still didn't know who was going to win. But really, I mean, I think most of us like to see a little bit of offense, and that was it was awful.
There's also could be a little bit of drama when you sit with your mother-in-law for 3 hours, man, and you're just waiting for something to happen. Like 3 hours, say, all right, the game's going to pick up. The second quarter, it's going to pick up a little bit. All right, halftime, all right, you know what? Make adjustments, come out in the second half, and we're going to game on. And then by halfway through the third quarter, you're realizing, man, this is all it's going to be, right? This is all it's going to be.
Well, okay. So now, do we give credit, a little bit of credit to the Patriots?
You know what? The Patriots, again, kudos to Belichick, obviously, but the New England Patriots did not win that game. Brady did not win the game. They won in spite of Brady. Again, this game falls squarely on the shoulders rather of Goff and McVay, two young and upcoming guns that came out as small as could be in the biggest spot. If you watched the game, if you kept your eyes open enough to watch the game, all you saw throughout the whole telecast is the deer in the headlights. Every time they showed a close-up of Goff and McVay turned to be from an aggressive coach, he turned conservative. His play calling was off. Rams were behind the chains the whole game. Couldn't get no momentum. Couldn't get nothing moving. And frankly, the only thing that was the difference between the two clubs, Brady was terrible himself. He just put together one drive. And you give Uncle Tommy a shot continuously 3 and outs. Sooner or later, the guy's going to put one drive together. He put it at 10-3 and game over for all intents and purposes, right?
Well, I mean, does this solve any doubt at all? I mean, does this absolutely eliminate the question that Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time?
I think it goes more to the mystique and the lure of Bill Belichick than it does to Brady, because again, the Patriots won this game in spite of Brady. By all accounts, Brady did not play a good game. He did not look good from the beginning. He was throwing ducks all over the field.
Did that have anything to do with the Rams' defense?
Yes and no. I think more than anything had to do with, other than Edelman, who, by the way, if at the end of that Super Bowl, in my opinion, they should not have even thrown confetti down. Should not have celebrated.
Should not have pooped down.
No, should not have done nothing. Nothing. Yeah. Frankly, when they give out rings next year, the only guys that deserve diamonds on their rings is the coaching staff and Edelman. Everybody else on that Patriots roster should have cubic zirconias in their rings, man. Nobody earned nothing. Nobody earned nothing there. Completely, right? So again, Greek had no dog in the race. So again, a shout out to Frank let me get this right. I've been going to war all week with guys on social media a long time.
Frank Fazzi.
Frank Fazzi, good guy. Frankie, all right, buddy. Congratulations. Michelle Jacqueline, I hope I got that right. William McCarroll and Mike Leaf 17. Congratulations on a big victory. You're now the proud supporters of the worst team that ever won a championship in any professional sport, hands down. Way to go.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, the halftime show was okay. But,
Really?
Well, you know what? We know what's good about the halftime show is Adam Levine took his shirt off.
Yeah, so
the party I was at, my buddy Robin Jones had a spectacular Super Bowl party.
Yeah?
I was thinking maybe I should take my shirt off.
Holy, you know what, fans? You know what? I believe me. I'll give you a little detail. I'm not too good with phones and technology, so one time I pressed Messenger on my phone. I wanted to talk to my partner here, get a little preview, see what's going on. And Jesus to Murphy, I pressed and it was his face. FaceTime, and I didn't even know this. And Jesus, this guy, if he shows the chest over, holy Jesus, man, keep that shirt on. Don't scare the kids.
It's pretty sexy, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
it's so attractive. It's almost scary. But I do also want to give a shout out to my buddy Robin, who had a band, the Vezinas, Turk Broda, Mike Palmetier, and Johnny Bauer, the three guys. Check out my Facebook.
Three guys
they call
there?
themselves the Vesna.
They were
just
watching,
for the night there.
They're watching the game there.
They played. The band was playing. It was an incredible party. This guy,
Johnny Bauer, what? The Johnny Bauer?
Johnny Bauer's playing lead guitar. Check him out on my.
Johnny.
You're gonna like.
How old's old Johnny now, man? Was he pushing 60, 65? A little more?
Wasn't the real Johnny Bauer. Johnny Bauer passed away last year.
You had me going there for a second.
Turk Broda died a long time ago. Palmy's still alive.
Yeah.
Anyway, great party, and thanks, Robin, for putting that together. It was spectacular. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Are you gonna set enough about the?
What else are we gonna talk about?
Well, I guess I wanted to say that nothing there to talk about. But I do want to give another shout out to our producer here, Brian Glasgow.
Oh yeah,
who does an amazing job. Brian, you're the best, baby.
Yeah, he's a upper echelon, man.
He's top shelf.
No, this guy, drawer. You know what he does, Joe? He keeps it elite, eh?
Yeah,
he does, without a doubt.
He takes it to that next
level, man. Absolutely.
Okay, the next segment we're going to talk about is brought to you by the TaxBurst Group. If you need help with personal and corporate filings, if you are being reviewed through the Canada Revenue Agency Audit and Appeal Divisions, TaxBurst Group is the best firm in Toronto. 2 lawyers, 3 CPAs. Call the TaxBurst at 416-493-0444 or go to our website at taxburstgroup.ca.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah,
when the boys, can I call these boys here to sort out my personal income taxes for the pay here? Or
you know what?
Do they do personal?
They're not. I mean, nobody can perform that kind of magic.
You're talking
about
so corporate stuff.
Different pay scale altogether, different pay grade, and different universe.
Really, eh?
Yeah, that's just too much for anybody.
Yeah.
So so let's talk about the Leafs a little bit. They a close loss in Detroit against a Red Wings team that can be tough at home.
Yeah.
They followed that up with a very impressive win over the Penguins. I thought it was a great win over the Penguins. I thought all hands were on deck for that one.
Oh?
It was nice. Well, most hands were on deck for that one. Okay.
All right.
It was nice to see what Jake Muzzin has in his repertoire. The guy had a physical presence out there. One of the best hits by a Leaf I've seen in quite a long time.
Since when? Since maybe Bobby Rouse?
Maybe.
Not that long.
Not
that long. Yeah, but it's been a while, right?
We're going back 20 years, but
it's been a while.
Let's just say that it was a nice. It was nice to see that,
and a good addition.
The Leafs played well. They wore the Penguins down. I thought that last third period was the Leafs were in great shape there.
Yeah. You also factor in Penguins playing the 4th and 6th nights, right?
The Leafs were back to back.
Yeah, right. Absolutely, Leafs back to back. But the surprising element from the 2 games that have come to pass since the All-Star break is the rejuvenated play of Patrick Marleau. He. For a moment in time, he's looked like the best player on the ice, right?
You know what? And maybe it's the break. The guy's
can't be
40
nothing
years
else,
old,
right?
And he gets a break. He comes back, out of the break, and he's rejuvenated. So it makes him. Maybe we were talking about this. So
in other words, Babs, if that's the case, he puts Anderson on the break program.
You're right.
So put him on the Kawhi program. If that's the case, and you got a rejuvenated guy that's got his legs under him, he looked like he was 22, man. He was flying around, right? So if that's the case. And we want this guy for the playoffs to make a somewhat of an impact as a
Yeah, I don't think that giving Marlowe like a game here, a game
there, pick his
is going
spots.
to bother him. I mean, it's not like he's looking to rack up his personal.
No, but
stats
you know,
at
guys,
this stage
you
in
know,
his
hockey
level.
guys, especially
They
guys
wanna
like
compete,
Marlowe, want to
sure.
be there like
But-
day in and day out,
but
right?
you know what? Babcock just pulls him aside. Say, Pat, we're just going to give you.
Yeah, we're going to take
We're
care
going
of
to
you.
give you a
We're
little
gonna
bit of
take care
rest here
of you.
because we know what you can do
When you're
rested.
fresh, when
we
you're healthy,
need
absolutely.
that to help us in the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
So personal stats aside, whatever it is, let's put that on hold for a bit and let's just let's do what the best is for the team here. And I don't think Marlowe would have any problem.
No, absolutely not. If you're not playing Anderson back to back, then you're resting for the playoffs. Then why you run this guy at 40, 15, 16 minutes at night and don't give him a time off? He had a week off. It's gone straight to his legs, right? So again, if
Another thing came out of that game is the
Willie, the
no,
one-timer?
Willie was okay. Willie was
Yeah,
okay.
the one-timer, right? He found that couple.
You got to get off Willie's case because he's going to be okay.
Oh, okay.
Sparks.
Sparky?
I can't believe the abuse that some of the fans have been giving Sparks lately.
Every team's got a couple whipping boys, right?
Yeah.
No matter what.
And Sparks has done nothing to deserve that. He's a very credible backup. It is people who said they should have kept McElhinney, and they try to back that up by dumping on Sparks every chance they get. But the guy keeps coming back. He's a stand-up kid. He plays hard. He plays well, and he's a great goaltender. He's unflappable, and I like the.
And not only that, Swiss, but you got to also understand too. Sparks is started for the last 2-3 years. He's used to a workload of 50, 60 games. You think it's easy for a kid that's got insecurities, a little bit of doubt, he knows the fans are on him all the time, to come in once every 2 weeks and perform? No. You think that's an easy spot for any hockey player, let alone a kid? Absolutely not. So Leaf fans,
there was nothing wrong with his performance.
No, absolutely not.
He covered up the rebounds.
He did fine. He was fine. He was fine.
So they got the Ducks tonight. Leafs versus the Ducks tonight.
One more thing.
This should be an automatic. Right?
Well, before we get there, one more thing. For those of you that noticed the presser after the game, Babcock was asked about Muzzin's impact on the club, and paraphrasing here, but he said something to the effect that Muzzin plays a heavy. Babcock likes that word. A heavy game, whistle to whistle, and he says specifically, we don't have many guys that do that. So you know what that tells me right away. That Babcock, for all intents and purposes, likes a heavy team,
right?
A heavy defense first team, right? And he's got a soft offense first team to coach with. So there's got to be at some level in there a battle of wills, because he's got the rings, he's got the 8-year contract, he'll be around forever. But we also got kids that are offensive kids. There's got to be a little battle of wills in that dressing room, because that's not the roster Babcock.
I know what you're saying, but I also, rather than this being a message to Kyle Dubas is bringing some beef. Yeah. I think this message is for the guide to the kids.
Maybe
to
to
say,
both.
Let's play a little more physical game here, guys. I don't mind, if you give up a little bit of that, fancy dancy schmancy for a little more boom.
Yeah, I got you. But no matter what you do, and by the way, Hyman played a hell of a game. Hyman looked like he was shot out of a cannon the entirety of the game. Looked like the best player on the ice, and
that was a goal scorer's goal.
A beauty, without a doubt, right? So again, it gets to the point in time where you can't turn finesse players into heavy players. You can finish a check, body position, and what have you, but. The Babcock's comments to me to suggest that he's whispering not only to his squad, but he's also whispering to Dubas that he needs a little more reinforcement. He needs another couple of guys that play the same kind of game as Muzzin, either up front or in the back end, to provide that kind of style of play that Babcock adheres to, that Babcock subscribes to, that Babcock wants to play. Babcock doesn't want to play the kind of game that Leafs play, right? And again, that's the difficulty.
Well,
right?
that's an interpretation. Okay, that's your interpretation of that. I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go that far. I'd say that I think it's just a little mild message to his current team that it's nice to see a guy like Muzzin.
Yeah, hold on,
using
Joel.
the body and playing this game heavy, as you say, and if you guys want to play a little bit heavier, it's not going to bother me.
Yeah, it's not gonna bother me. But he knows himself. Heavy. He's asking for heavy. Heavy doesn't exist in his locker room. Heavy exists, in the rest of the NHL, and heavy exists when Dubas picks up a phone call and finds heavy.
But that's, of course, making the assumption that he's asking.
Yeah, I'm not making this. He's telling the world. He's telling us. He whispers it.
I don't think it's that obvious. Okay, so anyway, Ducks tonight. Here's a team that's 30th overall in goals for and 20th in goals against. Leafs, number 6 goals for, number 6 goals against. It's a game at home. The Leafs should dominate, but it's the NHL. Anything can happen at any given
The only thing that's somewhat troubling about the game from a Leaf perspective is when another club comes off a thrashing. Anaheim gave up 9 in Vancouver, right? Got embarrassed. You know, professional athletes, whether on a last place team or a first place team, once they get slapped around like that, the next time out, they're dangerous. They're wounded, they're dangerous,
they've
right?
They've got some tricky veterans on that team.
Yeah, they got some tricky veterans, and you know what? If they play the same kind of game, maybe Carlisle doesn't get out of the big smoke with his job. Maybe he's left at the airport, man. It's getting to that point in time, right? That has Carlisle lost that dressing room, or is the dressing room just not capable of producing? Who knows? Rumors.
Freddie Anderson playing his former team. Is that it?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? If the Leafs have trouble with Anaheim tonight, we might have trouble with Babcock next week, right? These are games moving forward. Play Anaheim, play Ottawa. These are points you got to put in the bank. If you're not
for all intents and purposes, it has to be a game they win tonight.
You got Boston. You got Boston right on your heels. You got Montreal, and the only difference between this year and last year, if you remember, was a 3-team race. There was no Buffalo. There was no Montreal. The division was a little more open. There was 3 teams from the beginning, and Florida came on late. This year, the only difference is in the East, in the Atlantic specifically, there's 4 teams. 4 teams, and if you push a little further down, there's 5 battling for 3 spots when you include Tampa, Toronto, Boston, Buffalo, Montreal, right? Buffalo on the lower end. Big difference, right? Not as many cupcakes in the Atlantic like we played. Leafs played Montreal last year. Man, those are 2 points in the back pocket. Same with Ottawa, same with Buffalo. They're not the same teams this year. Make no mistake about it, right? So, again, can't be giving up anything to a suspect Anaheim team that's limping into the ACC tonight. No chance, right?
No, we're not going to do that. All right, so this segment has been brought to you by Aldo at Remax Crossroads. Call 416-GET-ALDO. And Aldo and his team over at Remax, they do a fantastic job. If you're buying, selling a house, Aldo's the guy to talk to. All right, so it's a subject we don't normally bring up here in the Tilley and Billy Show, but we're going to turn to soccer this week.
Footy.
Yeah, a little footy. So what happened last week? The Toronto FC says so long to the atomic ant, Sebastian Javinko.
So what'd you call him, the savant?
Yeah, savant.
He's a bit of a savant. No doubt about it. Yeah.
Incredible offensive talent. I mean, led the MLS Player of the Year, led the league in goals, and the whole time he was here was the best player I think in the MLS in terms of offense.
Okay, he's the best player, but also you got to understand his play over there, and the NFC in general regressed over the last year, right? And Javinko was not the same player last year as he was the year before. He's entering his mid-30s.
Yeah, I have a theory about that.
Yeah, and soccer guys, no matter what, soccer guys are only loyal to one thing, and that's the country. In terms of playing footy, they're only loyal to country. When it comes to club ball,
they're left off the Italian team last year.
Yeah, but the point of the matter is, when it comes to club ball, they're mercenaries. Wherever the money is, wherever the comfort is, they'll go, they'll travel. Like, there's no loyalty between.
But if you listen to Javinko, he said that he wanted to stay in Toronto.
Yeah, so again,
he would have taken less money to stay in Toronto.
So then what does that say? That says FC thinks that he's on the downslope of his career, doesn't want to pay him dollars and cents. Who knows what's going on in the inner workings of the organization? And they say, you know what, we'll find somebody like you now, can they?
But don't you reward a guy who's been there? He's not going to be. He's obviously an asset for the team. It's not like he's going to be a problem. It's not like you're adding a deficit.
No.
He's the team. You're getting a player who can put the ball in the net.
Especially off spot kicks and that kind of stuff. He's beautiful. Yeah. He's a beautiful player. And there's this image that he portrays to a league that has an inferiority complex, like the MLS in comparison to other leagues worldwide is
it's a step below.
It's a step below, but when you put Javinko on, there's a credibility that offers in the hearts and minds of soccer fans in Toronto that we belong to somebody, or we have somebody that's a world-class player. Now that plays now.
So you think that's a mistake letting him
without
go?
a doubt, without a doubt, it's a mistake. Even if he's not the player he once was, at some point in time, to grow a fan base and to grow a league, sometimes you need more than talent. You need cachet. You need a name.
Right.
You need somebody to promote, somebody to draw fans out, man. And sometimes what happens on the pitch is comes secondary, especially.
So here's my whole theory about that. You know what happened to TFC? They go from being the best team to a team that was right out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
What happened is they had 2 back-to-back seasons where they went to the MLS championship.
Yeah.
Both those years, they had a ton of games, and Champions League, they went all the way in Champions League.
Yeah.
That took a lot of steam out of those guys.
Yeah.
There were some injuries along the way.
Yeah.
The players got hurt. They were banged up. There's an awful lot of soccer.
Yeah, there's
over
a lot
2
of wear and
seasons.
tear, absolutely.
And when you compare that to some of the other teams they were playing against, they didn't have that.
Yeah.
So I think the team was just basically worn out over the course of 2 years. And what you got last year was not who TFC is.
No,
You're
absolutely.
going to find them bouncing back for sure this year. And I think the mistake they're making is that you got a guy like Tom McCann who loves playing here.
Yeah.
You know, there's a big Italian community in Toronto. He sees that, and he loves playing here. He loves the following the Toronto FC has. It's a rabid fan base, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And
So mistake.
It's a mistake by
mistake.
TFC.
Yeah, we're on the
It's a
same page.
mistake by
Big
TFC.
mistake.
And
Big mistake.
I don't know if Bezbachenko would have made that mistake if he was still around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's to say, right? Yeah,
But he's a pretty smart cat, so I'm thinking no, but who knows?
Yeah.
So anyway, so we're both in agreement on that. The Reds blew it.
Okay.
They blew it, and bad move letting him to go to Saudi Arabia. That soccer
hey,
hotbed.
who
Who doesn't want to play when it's 55 degrees Celsius?
Hey,
right?
holy
Yeah.
jeez, yeah. What club's it? What club's he playing for down there? You have any idea? Eh?
Saudi Arabian club.
The Saudi Sixers?
I'm not a big follower.
You
of
don't
Saudi
know, eh?
Arabian
You
soccer.
ever covered anything down there in your
They do
lifetime?
have horse racing there once in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
I'd really like that.
You ever been down there?
No.
No? Maybe it's on the bucket list, eh? No, nothing like that.
No,
eh?
not
You just-
this way. Who knows? I
You
mean,
just keep in the Caribbean, eh, Swiss?
yeah.
You just low.
Well, lately, Caribbean. I've been to Asia lately.
Yeah.
My friends in Nexus, they do a great job.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, our last segment, and before I get to it, I want to talk about the big contest.
Yeah,
Okay, we're going
big.
to talk about the Raps. We have the Spurs and the Raptors. The return of DeMar DeRozan, February 22nd at Scotiabank Arena. And on February 22nd, the game is going to take place, the Spurs and the Raps. We're going to have a draw here live at the Corner Bank
What time, Joe?
Saturday,
6
February
p.m.?
16th at 6
Yes,
p.m.
sir.
We're going to be live prior to the Leafs game, so we'll
Yeah.
do some Leafs preview
Yeah.
that night. So come on down to the Corner Bank, because if you come on down, you got a special extra gift for the person who wins the draw. We've got a draw for tickets to the Raptors, and we want to thank Voss and the folks at Rise and Dine Restaurant for providing the tickets for this incredible extravaganza.
Voss, awesome guy,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
buddy, awesome guy.
So it's Kawhi facing his former club on his new home floor, and it's DeMar DeRozan coming back.
Yeah.
You know,
Good
formerly
theater,
ACC,
good theater.
Scotiabank. It's going to be a great night. And
Hottest ticket, yeah.
Both teams are are contenders. I mean,
Yeah.
both teams are teams that could very well be in the NBA championship. They
Woo,
have
woo,
the-
woo.
Probably going to be Golden State and the Raps, but anything can happen.
Calling for the Spurs to get in the NBA Finals this sick bastard.
No,
eh? All right.
I do like the Raps over the. So we're talking about the Raps.
What else are we going to do that night? We're going to give away a little cash.
Oh, yeah,
if
that's
you're-
right. Yeah, Billy,
We're just going to give away. Pains me to say, man, because the Greek.
It's going to come out of his pocket, but
It's going to come out of my pocket, man. I sweat for a living when I'm not doing this, man. So I'm going to give 3 bananas if you're in the audience, and
if
what
you
else?
happen to be here for the draw and your
Yeah.
name is drawn, Billy's going to
Yeah.
hook you up so you can afford the parking and the
What-
drinks and
Yeah,
the food
yeah,
at the
yeah.
Scotiabank Arena.
What else?
So-
Who knows? We act on impulse around here. Who knows what we'll do? Maybe we'll have a, we get the barricades, get the audience back. Maybe we'll take some questions. Maybe
Sure.
we'll have like impromptu trivia. Throw in a little something, pick on somebody in the audience.
Yeah, we'll come here for the whole hour before the Leafs
Yeah,
game
absolutely.
and,
Have a good time. It'll be a good night.
time.
Join us, friends, family,
Yeah.
people that don't know us, people that want to know us,
You can
people
finally meet Brian. He's
yeah.
best looking guy in the history
Yeah,
of
man.
television, and he's behind the camera.
Yeah, and if you don't like us, or if you don't like me and Joe, man, you might find something else you like in here. A lot of viewing, a lot of good stuff going on. Come and join us. February, when is it again, Joe?
February 16th.
February 16th,
Saturday
big
night.
day. Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Okay, so let's turn to the Raptors now. Nice win they had over the Clippers. Lost to the Bucks at home. And what to deal with Kyle Lowry sitting out with his back? He's missed a few games now with that back situation, and I'm a little concerned about that.
Yeah, it's either, again, I'm not a physiotherapist. I don't know the extent of the back injury. Again, we've said before that sometimes it can't be that easy on how tall is Lowry now? He's a 6'1"?
6'1", maybe?
6'1". It's hard to carry at 6'1". He's like, he's a stocky guy. Carry that briefcase with $30 million in it, right?
Maybe
Might does a
what it
little
is,
damage on his back. But in all seriousness, Raptors, for all intents and purposes, are anywhere from 1 through 4. It's a 4-team tournament in the Eastern Conference. They're going to be anywhere from 1 to 4. Doesn't matter what Lowry does today, tomorrow. It matters what he does in the playoffs. So if you got to sit him to get healthy, then you do whatever's necessary. Just like Kawhi, they sit them out because they know that come January, February means nothing. This literally what you see means nothing. Yeah, Milwaukee, different story. It's a little concerning to the Greek how the Bucks handled that, especially how Middleton was in Kawhi's pocket the whole game, and also difficult for the Raptors, and not only for the Raptors, but anybody that's a scorer in the NBA, a la Kawhi Leonard, is the one thing that's difficult to handle is length. When you can't shoot over the top of a guy. This is the first time that Leonard had Middleton in his back pocket, and then if he beats him off the dribble, he's got Giannis, got Lopez, and he had a hard time getting a shot out. First time all year, right? And that's the challenge that Milwaukee poses. They got a lot of length on the court, and they got guys that can shoot the ball. Same with Boston, same with the Sixers still.
Yeah, but another aspect of that which you're missing is the fact that the Greek Freak didn't have a great offensively. And part of the reason was that's Pascal Siakam.
Yeah,
Pascal Siakam on the Greek Freak. Now this kid is a real deal.
Why? Again, you're making my point.
He should be going to the All-Star.
Maybe it's a little too early for that.
He should be going to the All-Star.
Up for consideration without a doubt. But what you're missing there is Siakam offers the same exact thing. That's why the Raptors are dangerous too, because they got length on the perimeter as well, right? Exactly how Kawhi was shut down. Same thing applies to us. We got length on the perimeter as well, and especially in the Milwaukee contest, JV was a big absence from that team.
Another thing I was going to mention,
right?
JV
plays against Milwaukee,
shortly.
flip a quarter.
He's back within a week or two.
Yeah,
and the Raptors are different. Offer a lot of different threats.
Yeah, they offer different threats, but it comes down to this, Joe. It comes down to how they shoot the three ball. They shoot the three ball against Milwaukee like they did in the first half. They go 1 for 10, 1 for 12. Can't win in today's NBA if you're not shooting from distance. You cannot win. Cannot win any other way. So unless the guys
it happens though. It happens. Look at the Warriors for the first half of the season. They're having trouble shooting the three. Look at them now. They're absolutely on fire. And
but you got, but also you Warriors. Again, a little different story. You got guys with pedigree. You got proven commodities. There's a lot of issues. Like there's a lot of issues.
Kawhi Leonard's not a proven commodity.
Yeah, he is. But I'm talking about supplemental scoring. Kawhi Leonard's unbelievable. Lowry's all right. All the other pieces are promising. But we're not talking about go-to guys that can shoot the ball, that can score the ball, that you can trust.
Danny Green.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look how many times he's won games for.
Without a doubt, but you need more. I believe, given what I've seen, you need another piece. Masai needs another piece to add to that Raptors squad. And whether or not
does Anthony Davis bring him in?
Anthony Davis, all right? I don't know. Interesting conversation. Maybe we'll leave it out there. Would any of you? Would you, Joe, trade Anthony Davis if they ask you pick up the phone and I say, you know what, got this Davis character. I want Valanciunas, a first, and Siakam. You make that trade?
No, you know what? I don't, and the reason I don't is because I really like the upside on Siakam. He's younger. He's got a lot of the upside, and Davis has had the injury.
Okay, let's change it. Let's say we looked into the crystal ball, and Davis plays with Leonard for the next 6 years and healthy, and and somebody said he's going to be healthy. Would you make that trade?
I'll probably make that trade.
Maybe. Just even for us to think about considering that, right?
Right.
Shows how valuable Siakam is to both me, to you, and to the Raptors at large.
Right.
He'd be a tough piece to give up.
I got a feeling that I don't think it matters who it is. They're not going to give up Siakam
and you know what? I'd have
another thing you got to remember is Siakam is also a late bloomer to the game of basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, this guy's got a lot of upside.
I can't disagree with you. The guy that I'm kind of expecting a little bit more from him, and he's lost his spot in the rotation. We've dogged C.J. Miles for months now. He is who he is, right? You know, he hit 4 3-pointers. Too bad he did it against the Clippers up 20. Thanks a lot. You know, we wanted it in crunch time, but that's besides the point. Is OG Anunoby, I think, has regressed within the last couple months, taking a step backwards. I don't know if it's health related, rotation, minutes, confidence, you name it, but he doesn't look like the player that I expected him to be, and the growth process from the beginning of the year to now has been stunted.
He's playing in the Rising Stars.
Yeah, he's playing in the Rising Stars. Yeah, that's fine.
Week Friday. That might help. I mean, maybe something
who knows,
like
right?
Yeah.
Who knows? A young kid, confidence, right? Especially like anything you do in life before you get established in your profession, right? There's always a little bit of insecurity, a little bit of lack of confidence, a little bit of reinforcement. You know,
and also it doesn't matter who the athlete is. Everybody has slumps. Everybody has, you know.
Even you sometimes? You ever had a slump?
No, I never had a
slump.
slump.
I've never seen you slump.
I've heard
in your
that
life.
most people
You've
do.
heard it.
So anyway, people have slumps. Athletes have slumps, and even regular people have slumps.
Yeah.
And so you know,
How long's
just could be a
that
case of what he's going through right now. He's going through a little bit of a slump, and you know.
How long's that Nylander slump going? No, would you say? Forget anyways. Forget Willie.
Willie's going to be fine.
Yeah, all right.
Willie is actually. I've seen a lot of signs. Don't you think that he's got flying?
You know what? You know what I saw, man? I saw that one timer when he was ready.
When he whiffed on it.
No, not the first one. And then I said, "Go, okay, Willie, he caught off balance."
Yeah.
The second time, I go, "Jesus, Willie, man, what happened to you? I didn't even think you're going to be this bad, man. Come on, man, smarten up, man." Anyways, what were we talking about?
Okay. Anyway, we're talking about Willie. The fact that he is getting improved. You are seeing improvement in this.
Yeah.
Right? You are seeing the fact that he is. The things are coming around.
Yeah.
You do realize he missed half the season. And
he would be one.
He's playing catch up the whole way, and he's playing on the third line.
You know what Willie would be, if he had a change in careers,
Yeah.
Like at this point in his life, I don't know, maybe it's a little difficult. The money's a little different. He'd be a hell of a figure skater, eh?
Okay, but you know,
he'd be like, How would
he'd be awesome. Yeah, he'd be like stars on ice. Hey, you go see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so so one thing that I want to say is that if you're an NHL hockey player and you're thinking that holding out is a good idea, you know, and holding a team at bay and trying to get as much as you can out of that team, and you know, it causes you to miss a half a season, and then you're playing catch up for the rest of the season, and who knows, maybe the rest of your career, and it shatters your confidence and does all that other thing. Hey, but it's not worth it. Take the money the team's offering, or
something reasonable.
Come up with a reasonable compromise, and don't be holding out for more money, because it does not help you in the long run. It's not.
I don't know.
I'm not a fortune teller. I don't know what this is going to look like 5 or 10 years down the road.
Keep it down. We're doing something over here. There we go. Hey, boys.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Yeah. So you agree with Will? You agree with my assessment of William Nylander?
Right.
He's going to be just fine.
Willie's okay. Overpaid?
Okay, overpaid. Right. They agree with me. So anyway, if you're an NHL player thinking of holding out, it's not a good idea.
Been saying that for months. You're finally on the same page, eh?
What do you got for us? Huh? Well, we're live here in the corner bank for the Tilley and Billy show.
I don't want this guy.
We're talking about William Nylander.
Hold on, you know what? Hold on, man. Here's the deal, man. I took a look. I don't know if I want this guy. Size and number. This guy's got better hair than me. Look at this bastard, man. Holy jeez, man.
How you doing?
Holy jeez, I'll take a. Holy shit.
Not too bad.
Hey, right, kid. Huh?
So we're here live at the corner bank every Monday talking about sports and anything else we want to talk about.
Yeah.
And that pretty much does it for this week's show.
Yeah, and before we get going, since the Greek's been become kind of a quasi-celebrity, right? A lot of people starting to ask a lot of, through social media, a lot of personal questions. Like they ask, for example, hey, where you get these nice shirts from?
Right.
Who waxes your eyebrows?
Yeah.
Stuff like
Every
this.
once in a while, right?
Yeah. But the thing they ask the most, right? Believe it or not, the thing they ask the most is, how did a scoundrel like me get to sit beside an esteemed gentleman like you? Eh? But the thing they want to know more than anything is where the Greek cuts his hair. Believe it or not, right?
Yeah.
Keep asking me. So listen, friends, if you want something like this, I don't know if you can, because probably more than likely they're never going to be as good looking as me. That's number one. But if you want to look your best, you know what? Go see my buddy Trevor at 918 Pape Avenue. Joe has been cutting hair since the Vietnam War. He's a piece of work since before color TV. Right? So
that's not before.
Around the same time. He's somewhere in the neighborhood, man. He's been around. He's been around, Trevor. Not only he's been around, but he's got a good roster of barbers down at 918 Pape Avenue. You ever want to? You ever in the need? You want to get something fresh like this? Go see my buddy Trevor and the rest of the guys down there.
All right, that does it for us here at the Corner Bank Show, the Tilley and Billy Show. I'm Joe the Swiss.
Billy the Greek.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah.